It's impossible for me to curb my enthusiasm, so I'm going to blurt it out. I'm totally smitten by the new 2016 FXS ZF6.5 electric motorcycle. I have been riding and testing electric bikes for nearly a decade and, with advancements in battery and powertrain technologies, the selling point of the electric motorcycle has completely shifted from eco-enthusiast early adopters to certified fun hogs who value performance first. Don't get me wrong. I want to preserve the environment and our natural resources as much as the next guy, but I also want to have a thrilling time doing it. Within 2 minutes of the ZF6 being delivered, I was howling woohoo as I zipped through my suburban neighborhood, quickly realizing that in the absence of any engine noise, my voice was amplified. A quick glance in the rear view mirrors confirmed the obvious gawking and turning of heads from everyone I passed. As Tesla launches its Model 3 to democratize the electric automobile experience, I can't help but think that Zero Motorcycles has beaten them to the punch with regard to the electric motorcycling experience. So what has changed? Most importantly, the new FXS is a supermoto bike designed for spirited riding and carving through turns. That is convenient, as that's the perfect use case for an electric motorcycle. The instantaneous torque pulls hard from corner to corner, and the heavy braking assists in power regeneration. Also, the power-to-weight ratio is impressive. At a claimed curb weight of 293 pounds, the air-cooled ZF6.5 motor puts out 70 foot-pounds of torque, plus 44 horsepower at 3,700 RPM. This combination makes for a stealthy street fighter that is a blast to ride. The 2016 FXS has a unique future-forward aesthetic, with its diminutive fly screen and bulbous robotic-looking headlamps suggesting that this motorcycle may have intergalactic origins. However, the small American flag emblazoned on the rear fender is a subtle reminder that its pedigree is forged from a group of tech-savvy motorheads toiling away in Northern California's Scotts Valley. The cockpit is very open. With high-bend tapered handlebars towering above a long flat seat, there is plenty of grip and room for negotiating weight transfer to the front wheel for tight cornering or other activities that we euphemistically refer to as the Hooligan Olympiad. The digital display is backlit in an ice cobalt blue that references the coloring of the FXS logo and the anodized blue bits on the front suspension. It can be configured to display various pieces of information, including torque and power regeneration. In this day and age, many of our relationships are complemented digitally through social media apps, and the 2016 FXS is no exception. A quick Bluetooth pairing exercise allows smartphone connectivity to foster a digital link with the motorcycle. Zero's app developers have generated a tool that not only allows for creating a custom drive and power delivery setup, but also tracks historical statistics such as total kilowatts/hours used and cost per mile. For the socially conscious, it keeps track of money saved and total CO2 reduced versus riding a similar bike with an internal combustion engine. If you have a mounting system, your smartphone can be transformed into a customizable real-time dashboard, very cool, and a must-have for the millennials. All-electric, oil-free, and belt-driven, the ZF6 is completely plug-and-play. There's no need to warm up an engine and annoy your neighbors before taking off for the office in the early morning. Throw a leg over the seat, turn the key, and immediately go from 0 to 60 in less than 4 seconds. I admit it felt a little odd to be creating so much force and acceleration with the only audible reminder being the high-tech whoosh reminiscent of Luke Skywalker's X-34 Landspeeder, though once acclimatized, it almost becomes necessary and truly addicting. Beyond the lack of noise, the second impression is one of speed, because the 2016 FXS accelerates like no other bike of its size. I even had the opportunity at a stoplight to compare it with a Yamaha R1, and it was no contest for the first 150 feet. Although the experience of my opponent was questionable, it felt really good. The J1 braking components provide suitable stopping power and feel, but when initiating the Bosch-powered ABS, Modulation is not as rapid as expected, and there is quite a delay before the system restores sovereignty to the rider.